all. I welcome Miss Niharika Gopalakrishnan in this series of Superhumans of Sneha Foundation. This series is basically to highlight some volunteers from Sneha Foundation who have been doing great work, and they are like a motivation for many others. So welcome Niharika, and without further ado, let's start with some question answer sessions with you. Going ahead, just introduce yourself to the viewers because people want to know where you come from and what are you doing and so on. So yeah, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for having me. So, I'm Niharika. I'm a second year student at Flame University. I'm 19 years old, and I would say I come from quite a comfortable background, I would say, and I stay in Wakad in Pune. And like one of the reasons I got to know about your organization was because it's close to where I stay. It's like a hardly 5 minute drive from here. So that was one of the reasons why I got in touch with you and started working for you. Yeah. So I'm studying psychology right now. That's my major, and I'm also hoping to minor in marketing or in advertising. So I want to do something like consumer psychology in the future.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm taking up psychology and marketing. So that's where I'm hoping to go in the future. So that's a little bit about me.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah. So, since you are in college, I can understand that you have this very good phase of your life where you have friends, where you have college campus to enjoy and all that. So, why and how did you come across Sneha Foundation, and why did you, in the first place, why did you want to volunteer for a social cause? So, can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so basically my college has this kind of a requirement, or you could say a program, which is called a developmental activities program.
Yeah.
So it is where you basically you volunteer for about a month at an NGO or a non-profit organization, and you basically work with the community. So the whole purpose of the program itself is so you to get closer to your community and kind of experience a whole other section of life that you would not have otherwise been exposed to. So that's what the program is meant to do. So that's how I came across your foundation. So it was referred to me by one of my friends, and I got in touch with you and ma'am, and I think some other sir also, and that's how I came across it. And I think why I like Sneha a lot, it was because I like the whole idea of the community schools, and how it's not exactly, you're not teaching the students only maths and science and English, but you're also teaching them other things that are very important in life. And especially because they would not have teachers who teach them such things, like a more holistic development. So I think that was one aspect that I really liked. And I also like the whole telling mothers and the children about the importance of nutrition, because I think that's something we don't think about much, because we take it for granted that we know what is a good balanced diet, we know what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat. So I think that was something that again I hadn't realized until I spoke to you, and it came to light in my mind also. So I think that was very interesting. So that's why I decided to join the group and the community of Sneha.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I would really like to highlight to the viewers also, Niharika has been a very, very regular and very understanding volunteer who's contributed immensely to the organization. And though her internship was only for a month, she continued, and she will be in touch with us even further. So I'm hoping that we'll be in touch, and we'll still contribute going ahead. So coming back to Sneha Foundation, so when you joined and till now, what kind of activities were you involved in, and what all did you do in your 4 to 5 months of span that you have joined?
Yeah. So because I joined during the lockdown, a lot of it became restricted, because otherwise I would have been able to come to the schools and teach the students on field. I would have had to interact a lot more, but because it was all online, it kind of, the whole experience kind of changed. but I still think that it was, so I made presentations for like on issues like mental health and immunization and care that's to be taken during the like pregnancy and what to expect while going through delivery and such things. So I think that was very interesting because especially the mental health presentation that I was working on was for designing flashcards later on. So I think that was very interesting because I hadn't really thought of mental health as an issue from say a lower income section of society, as like how they would face the same challenges, like say like what mine like someone from my background would face.
Yes.
So thinking about it from that perspective was very interesting, and I learned a lot because I didn't. And I think there was another thing that came to light is that how a lot of information that we get from internet is targeted towards people who are already aware about mental health. So when you have to explain it to people who aren't aware about such issues, it becomes so much more challenging. You have to say the right things, you have to give them the right information. So it was a very interesting task in general. So I really liked and I enjoyed making presentations. And so I did that. I worked a little bit on the annual report, so that like kind of showed me exactly what you've been doing with the community for the past year. So I got to see that aspect also. And lastly, I taught like the online classes for the RTE support classes. So that was very interesting because I actually got to interact with the children and like a lot more volunteers also from school. So that was really amazing, and that was one of my best experiences working with the foundation.
Yeah. So you said that you've been teaching the kids virtually, and it's a complete new thing for all of us, like these little ones who anyways aren't very focused. When we teach them virtually, it becomes all the more difficult and all the more challenging. So you've been through that phase, so what is your fondest memory when it comes to anything that you've done in Sneha Foundation?
So I think like one of the things I really, really liked was that how the parents were so involved with the students, because it was not just like them keeping the phone in front of the students and then like going away to just do their work. They were sitting with them and they were like making sure that whatever I was saying was like getting across to the children, and they were like writing it down, noting it down. So I think that was a very interesting and like it was very interesting to see them also so enthusiastic about learning, because I feel, and a lot of parents themselves didn't really know what was happening, but they were also trying to learn. Like I was teaching addition and even the parents were trying to like learn along with the students. So I think that was very interesting, and that was very like amazing to see that kind of a like bond and excitement towards education in general. So I think that was one of the fondest things. And I also liked how these kids are also so like they're so smart, and like they're so eager to learn. Like everything I was saying, they were like so eagerly listening. No one was like talking, no one was saying, they were all paying full attention, and whatever homework was given, they would always solve it and send photos, and they would follow up. They'll be like, ma'am, please check my homework, please. Like, so it was so nice to see that they're also so enthused to learn, like even though it's an online platform. So I think that was a great experience to having like interacted with them in such a way.
As you said, the kids and the parents that we deal with, they are from very, very underprivileged backgrounds. They are from urban slums of Pune and PCMC. But what they lack is the only thing, which is opportunity, and that is what we are trying to give them. And it really feels good when people like you are giving them the platform, are giving them the opportunity to learn, and that's why the mutual interest comes in picture. Like if the volunteers or if the teachers are not that interesting, or they are not making the learning process interesting, then it becomes a little more boring, especially when it is virtual. So I think I should give full credit to your entire team who is doing the RT support classes and taking them very, very regularly and interestingly. So, and you were one of the key, you are still one of the key volunteers in that particular setup. So I really want to appreciate you for that. Of course, as you said, you are still in college, you're very young, and at this age, volunteering, at such a platform is really very difficult and rare. So there would be many volunteers like you who are, who are not very well versed with this kind of a sector, development sector as we call it. So, what would you tell them? How would you motivate them to come forward and work? Because they may have interest, but they don't know what to do or whom to approach, how to get into it. So, do you have any message for them?
I think, I mean, the one thing would be is like keep an ear out for like anything you hear, because like I think what many people don't know is like even though they have an interest, like you said, they don't know about these organizations, so they don't know where to volunteer. So I
Yes.
think keeping an eye, like keeping an ear out and looking for any kind of opportunity is the most important part of it. And I think once you kind of get into the circle of like the whole like once you get into this circle, then you'll get to know a lot more about like organizations, and then you'll know where your interests lie and how you can contribute in your in your way. So I think the most important message is to always be on the lookout if you're interested for such opportunities,
Yeah.
because I think there are many that are there. It's just we don't know about them, or we don't really think about it a lot, so we kind of miss out on these opportunities. So my message would be to kind of look out for such things, because it feels really great, and it is really like enriching even to like even for myself to having given that time and given that like effort into the organization, because it was very rewarding for me.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I would like to say.
Yeah, amazing, Niharika. So, any last takeaways for the viewers from your end?
So I, like I said, like if I had gotten an opportunity to be on field, I would have done a lot more.
Yeah.
But even with the limited internet, like even with the limited offline thing, it was pretty good. And I would encourage more people to like come forward, because like teaching young minds is something that it is a completely new experience, and it's just amazing to see them like maybe like years later I'll notice someone somewhere, and like I'll remember that, oh, I thought this kid like for a small amount of time, but I'll feel so good that I was able to contribute to their lives, like even
Exactly.
in the tiniest way. So I think that is my takeaway from the whole thing.
Absolutely amazing. And we are very lucky to have volunteers like you who are dedicated, who feel that it is satisfying and rewarding for your own self also. So thank you
Yeah,
so much, Niharika, for joining us, and we hope that you will be able to contribute even on the field later on when everything opens up.
yeah,
But moreover, I mean, whatever you've been doing is great, and I think the team is also motivated by your efforts. Our entire volunteer group will be very happy to see, and even otherwise, people would be very happy to see volunteers as young as you, participating in such causes and contributing towards it. So once again, thank you so much, and also thank you for being a part of this interview.
thank you for actually having me, and also letting me be part of such an amazing community. It was an amazing experience, so thank you for that.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay.